All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Kwadash, Ma'amath. Definitely want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS and their elders. Definitely want to give double honors to my elder, Aharwan, Ban Yasha Allah, the Lions Den Camp, located in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the sincere Akim, Akwatim that believe in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. All right, my name is Araya Allah. I'm coming at you with another lesson straight out of Lions Den Camp. All right, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to and needs to be edifying to. Yahweh Ratazah. All right, I was reading articles today, man. I ran across this one. This is back in February 25th, 2015 by Stephen Starr, Lynn Eden, and Theodore A. Postel. All right, just the article goes into it. It says, what the title says, what would happen if an 800 kiloton nuclear warhead detonated above Midtown Manhattan? All right, so that's what pretty much the lesson is going into today, going into the ICBMs that the Lord is going to use, all right, his armory that he's going to use against against the wicked, man, to destroy Babylon, right, i.e. America, all right, this place here, America, all right, is going to be utterly burnt up. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, not a hate speech, but this is the truth. All right, but thus saith the Lord. All right, so before I get into this article, all right, let me grab some precepts real quick. All right, this is Malachi 4:1. Let me move this real quick. All right, and it reads, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven," right? Just as I was just going into, right? Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that it's going to be a day of judgment, man. Right, and it's going to be met with fervent heat. Right, we'll grab that in a second. Right, that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly. Right, so all the ones that's caught up in the wickedness of this place, man, Babylon, man, and wickedness, the philosophies, right, the caught up into the money, caught up into that technology, caught up into everything that Babylon has to offer, right? Speaking of those three spirits that leaped out like a frog, all right, roughly paraphrasing, man, just going into all of it, the military, the money, and the philosophies, man. It's all wickedness, right? But our people are 2/3 of our people, and the rest of the heathen are caught up into that wickedness, man. All right, that stems from the left hand side of Yahweh, all right? That strictly deals with that one family called Esau, Edom, right? And from there branches out and touches everyone else, right? The 2/3 of our people, which are the Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Seminole Indians, as well as the speckled bird, which are Israelites by blood, right? And bear the same spirit as such, right? But may look like other nations, right? So it's the same thing, man. That wickedness that's on this earth, man, has to be purged out. And the Lord said he did it first with water, but the second one's going to be with fire, man. All right, so again, thus saith the Lord, this place will be burnt up with fire, man. All right, it says, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, right? The Lord of armies, right? Yahweh, the God of armies, right? Because the Lord of hosts means like of armies, right? So he's the Lord of armies. He's the God of armies, man. All right, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And just to show you that real quick. All right, interlinear. Let's go to the of host. All right.
Strong's H 6635. Sava. Sava.
All right. That which goeth forth. All right. Which meaning the angels, right, as well, right? Army, warfare, host, army, host. All right, it says strong definition. It says a mass of persons, right, especially regular or organized for war, right? And what's going to happen in the last days with Michael and the rest of the angels, man, when they go to war with who? Go to war with this devil, man, Esau, Edom, who created this space force that they think they're gonna be able to do something with. All right. They ain't gonna be able to do nothing. For anybody who wants to sign up for the Space Force, man, good luck. All I can tell you is you got a sword of destruction, man. If you planning on going up against the chariots of the Lord, man, it's a wrap. All right, so it says that it shall leave them neither root nor branch, but unto you that fear my name, right? The elect, right? The ones that do the work, the ones that are out here pushing this truth on the highways and byways, the ones that believe in sincerity and truth, believe on the proper true names, Yahweh being the true Heavenly Father's name, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of his only begotten Son, and calling on those names and worshiping those names, all right? Yahweh being the head, right? Yahweh Shai being second in command. All right, so to be able to even pray to Yahweh, we have to go through the mediator, which is Yahweh Shai, his only begotten Son. All right, it says, but unto you, the elect, right? But unto you, Lord will, I'm part of that number, Yahweh Ratazah. But unto you that fear my name, right? See how important his name is, right? See how important that name is, right? But unto you, they say, to you who fear God, right? Fear the title, right? God, right? It's not saying that. Fear his name. That's how important his name is, right? Not his title, right? God is just a title, man. Right? He has a name, and we ought to call him by his name, right? His true name. It says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as cows of the stall, right? Being made perfect and growing up in being in that kingdom, man. Right? To where we be made perfect, right? When Yahweh Shah shows up with the rest of the angels, man, right? To deliver us, man. Right? That's what it means with him showing up with healing his wings, right? To make us perfect. Right, making us immortal, right, making us sinless, right, never being able to go off of sin again, right, being completely made perfect under his power, man, under his rulership, right. Verse 3, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right, the Lord, right, Yahweh, God of armies, right. Now let's grab 2 Peter 3 and 10. Right? It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Right. So for those who's slacking in it, who's slacking, right, and who's lacking, right, not putting all your faith and your works into Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? You're constantly putting your works into this world and your faith into this world. So like you're gonna get caught up, man, and you're gonna get caught lacking, you're gonna get caught slacking in that day, right? When the Lord shows up, he's gonna show up like a thief in the night. Meaning a lot of people ain't gonna be ready, but only the elect is gonna be ready, man. Right? The ones that's waiting patiently, right? The ones who are keeping watch for the signs, the ones who are continue to push this truth, man. Right? It says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, right? And how's that gonna happen? It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Right, talking about those ICBMs that the Lord is gonna shoot off, man. Right, that's his armory that he's gonna shoot off, right? That he made the Edomites create. Right? He gave them that wisdom and knowledge to be able to create that, to bring forth his prophecy, man. World War III, and that the heavens passing away with the great noise. All right, that kaboom, all right, clearing the skies, and then this big mushroom cloud comes up. Right, you see the heavens rolling together, right? The clouds, the smoke, the debris, right? The elements. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, right? Going into that nuclear fire, man. That nuclear destruction, elemental nuclear fire, man. Right? That's it's not just. I mean, all fire is elemental, right? It's an element, but nuclear fire, man. That's a heat that nobody has witnessed, bro. I mean, there has been people who have been caught up in destruction of, what is it called? What happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but it's like with this nuclear destruction, because when you go into ICBMs, right, one warhead can be inside of a ICBM, or it could be up to like 4 or 5, right? They have a bunch of them. That's a lot more pressure. All right, we're gonna get into that. It's a lot more nuclear destruction the more warheads you have in one ICBM. All right, it says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Going into all these false idols, right? All this stuff is going to be destroyed and wiped off the face of the earth, man. All right, the Lord's going to do away with those idols, man. All right, matter of fact, and it just not just that though. So all the wickedness is going to be purged out, man. All right, Well, let me grab that idol one real quick. I gotta find it. It's Zechariah 13:2. It reads, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered. Right? Getting rid of those idols, man. Right? Completely purifying this place, man. Completely purifying the inhabitants, right, and this place, right, by destroying and by saving, right. So it's a balance, man. Right. It says, I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land; they shall no more be remembered. And also, I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirits to pass out of the land. Right. Get rid of all of it, man. All the wickedness, all the idolatry, all the vain philosophies. It's all the wickedness, man. At the same time, using all of the destruction all at one time to get rid of that as well. All the ICBMs being shot off and aimed at America, man. Right. But let's get into the article a little bit. It says, what would happen if an 800 kiloton nuclear warhead detonated above Midtown Manhattan? All right, let me take a screenshot of that. I don't know why I ain't do that already. All right, there you go. All right, so this is a little quick little picture, man. A little diagram they got pulled up. All right, it says 250 to 300 miles per hour, right? Vertical after winds, right? Once it hits. Like I said, 2 minutes after the detonation, right, of an 800 kiloton nuclear weapon. This is the aftermath of it, right? So from here, this is what it's going to look like, all right? I believe the destruction, the bomb usually explodes around up in this area, right? It says two minutes after detonation, 250 to 300 miles per hour, inward moving afterwinds from the sucking effects of the giant superheated rising fireball. It says Russian ICBMs, right, intercontinental ballistic missiles, are believed to carry a total of approximately 1,000 strategic nuclear warheads that can hit the U.S. less than 30 minutes after being launched. Of this total, about 700 warheads are rated at 800 kilotons. That is, each has the explosive power of 800,000 tons of TNT. What follows is a description of the sequences of the detonation of a single such warhead over Midtown Manhattan in the heart of New York City, right? The initial fireball, the warhead, right? The warhead would probably be detonated slightly more than a mile above the city to maximize the damage created by its blast wave, right? So remember, I'm showing you more. They usually blasted or detonated right above the city, right, round about there, all right, which will cause the pressure, right, to go down and up, right, creating the mushroom clouds, allowing the clouds to roll together as a scroll, all right. The heavens roll together as a scroll, so like, all right, but move this back over here. All right, the warhead would probably be detonated slightly more than a mile above the city to maximize the damage created by its blast wave within a few tenths of millitants of a second after detonation. The center of the warhead would reach a temperature of roughly 200 million degrees Fahrenheit, about 100 million degrees Celsius. Damn. that's some heat right there for your ass, boy. Excuse my language. 200 million degrees Fahrenheit. Bro. We can't even survive in 200 degrees. Shit, we can barely survive in 120 degrees weather. Shit, people fainting and passing out all day long just on that. So imagine 200 million degrees, or about 4 to 5 times the temperature at the center of the sun. A ball of superheated air would form initially, expanding outward at millions of miles per hour. Right, ain't getting away from it, bro. Ain't nobody move that fast. No, not even a vehicle can move that fast. It says a ball of superheated air would form initially, expanding outward at millions of miles per hour. It would act like a fast-moving piston on the surrounding air, compressing it at the edge of the fireball and creating a shock wave of vast size power. Right, so going into the shock wave, the fire from the elements, the nuclear fusions, and I would say 200 million degrees, boy, from the warheads. Right, that breastplate of fire, man. All right, it says, dang. So yeah, you got the smoke and the debris that's gonna be causing death. You got the shock wave that's gonna cause death. You got the initial blast that's gonna cause death. Right, you got the elements being burnt up, the fusion fiery elements just fusing together, right, which caused the explosion. Uh, that's just a lot, man. There's no getting away from it. Then the thing said it was moving at 200 million miles. I mean, it's like I said it says initially expanded outward at millions of miles per hour, right? So it's an instant. That wave is coming through. All right, that shock wave. All right, it says, grab something real quick, matter of fact. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, this Revelation 9 and 16 going into how the scripture talking about World War III. Right, in the beginning of it's talking about World War I and Kaiser Wilhelm. Right, and the bottom half of it is talking about initially briefly hits World War II, and the bottom half is talking about World War III, going into those nuclear ICBMs, man. All right, scroll up a little bit so we can. Excuse me. I'm gonna start off at 16 real quick just to get right to the point. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200, right? So, and the number of the army of the horsemen, right, going into those nuclear warheads, were 200,000, which is 200 million, right? And I heard the number of them, right? What did that article say? It said 1,000. It said Russian ICBM missiles are believed to carry a total of approximately 1,000 strategic nuclear warheads. So that's 1,000 warheads. All right, and each one of those warheads, yep, has explosive power of 800 tons. That's wild, man. That's major. All right, so 1,000 times 800,000. And bro said he ain't even got to send all, but the Lord said he gonna send all of them to shoot at her. Right? And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, 200 million. And I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision. Right, going into the actual ICBM itself. Right, in the vision, and them that sat on them having a breastplates of fire, the nuclear warheads, and of jacinth. All right, let's look that up real quick. What is jacinth? All right, this is a jacinth stone. All right, so remember what it looks like. So it's like pretty much like an orange Some of them like a little closer to more towards like a red oranges, but it has a lot of black on the edge of it. All right. Let's see what it says. Move that thing out of the way. Jason. Let's see what it's going into. All right. Oh, Jason.
Strong's G 5191. Who are Quintinas? Who are Quintinas?
Who are Quintinas. All right. It says outline of biblical usage. Hassaneth or Jacineth of the color of Hassaneth of a red color bordered on black. Right. Yep. So Jacineth, i.e., deep blue Jacineth. Right. But it says of a red color. Right. Bordered on black. Right. So of a red color. Right. Or orangish color. Right. Just like this one is. What that thing is. Alright. These are jacinth stones. Alright. What does that look like though? Ain't about the same color? Breastplates of fire. Alright. Let's go through that. And thus I saw, verse 17, the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire. Alright. Those nuclear warheads, which are in the ICBMs. Alright. Having breastplates of fire and of jacinth. We've just shown you that with jacinth, right? And I got that from one of the brothers in our camp, man. I was watching Amawan, right, of the Lions Den camp, right, watching his video, and he went into it, man. How to, the jacinth and what jacinth stone looks like, right? But it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Alright, so the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the water to the elect, my brothers. Alright, it said, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were the heads of lions, right? So just the heads of lions do what? Right? They devour, right? They destroy, they tear apart, right? It says, and out of their mouth issue fire and smoke and brimstone, right? What comes out of the head of an ICBM, right? The nuclear warhead. Right? And from that nuclear warhead, that breastplate of fire, right, which would cause fire, smoke, and brimstone, right? By these three, by what three? The fire, smoke, and brimstone, right? By these three was the third part of men killed. Right? Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Again, this is not a hate speech. This is all for edification purposes, right? To edify the elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? Because this message is for the elect and the elect only, right? By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouth, right? For their power is in their mouth, right? That's where the nuclear warheads are at, right? And in their tails, right? Because you need propulsion, right? What's going to shoot the rocket off or the ICBM off, right? For their tails were like unto serpents, right? Leaving behind that trail of smoke, right? And had heads, and with them they do hurt, right? What happens at the head of ICBM, right? The destruction. That's what tears and rips everything apart. The elements, the land, the people, the inhabitants, the animals. No matter what's in the facility, man, it's getting ripped apart, right? And they do stalk their prey. ICBM, well, they got a set target, man, set mark, and they don't miss, right? Because again, this is the Lord's army, right? And once they're shot off, they're not gonna miss his target. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right, verse 20. And the rest of them, Salaki, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and wood and of wood, which neither, right? Going back into those idols, man, right? It's all gonna be destroyed, man, right? Which neither can see nor hear nor walk, neither repented there of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts, man. Right? All right. So, but just going into those ICBMs and what's gonna come upon those, what's gonna happen during the time of destruction. Right? I had known this Jeremiah 50:13. Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. Oh, Salaki. Verse 14, that's where I wanted to go. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, right? So in this time of destruction, man, when everybody is coming up against this place, man, all right, when they come in rushing like a flood, all right, for doing Jacob trouble, then the rest of the World War III kicks in and kicks off, and they're gonna be, you know, basically a lot of NATO is gonna be in the left and join up with the BRICS, and it's gonna be everybody pointing and aiming at America from them. All right, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, man. All right, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundation are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance. Right, so again, this is not hate speech, none of this, man. It's the Lord's vengeance, man, of the Lord, right? Yahweh take vengeance upon her as she have done, do unto her. All right. I think I want to start up a little further, but that pretty much was the point, though. All right, so yeah. In fact, let me grab something else real quick. Let's go second address. 16. Slacking. Yeah, this second address 16 and 12. Verse 11, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence, right, man? So, who can stop anything the Lord got going on, period, man? All right, nobody. All right, his judgment will be played out. It will come to pass, right? His salvation will come to pass. All of his prophecies will come to pass, man. So, who can utterly stop this destruction from happening? Nobody, man. All right. The earth quaketh, and the foundation thereof. The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. Right, just going into when that nuclear destruction happens, right? It's going to actually bring a lot of destruction, a lot. Right, even the waves are going to be, very high because these nuclear missiles are going to cause a chain reaction of earthquakes. It's just going to be the earth going to rock to and fro, right? Which is going to shake the waters, right? All the waters is going to be just, it's going to be a bunch of tidal waves and all kinds of tsunamis, man, going on, right? Because if a prime example, when you look at Japan, what happens when Japan is sitting on a fault line, if I'm not mistaken? But what happens when an earthquake hits them? They get hit with tsunamis all the time. So imagine 200 million warheads being set off at one time. Right? That's gonna make everything shake up. It's gonna shake everything up, even the waters, man. So the sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. Right? Before the glory of his power, man. Yahweh Shai. Right? It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Yahweh Shai. Right? Who sits on the right hand of the Father. Right? Our big brother, our king. right? The true king of this earth, man. Right? His arrows, the one who created it for him, right? He created it for himself, right? It was created by him and for him, roughly paraphrasing. Verse 13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. So again, right, we in this place of unwalled villages, man, with no protection. Everybody's walking around like everything fine and dandy. Right, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening, man. Right, this place is not protected. Right, this place has a judgment. The only thing that's gonna be protected in this place is the elect, man. They're gonna be protected by Yahweh and the angels, man. All right. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth, right, are sharp and shall not miss. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, behold, all right, and that's pretty much was the point, but I keep going. Behold, the plagues are sent, because that's the point I want to grab, that they won't miss, right? His arrows will not miss, man. Right? Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consumes the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer turneth not backwards. Right? Everything's already being played out. Bro. Everything is going to happen the way he said it's going to happen. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can turn it. Nobody can stop those ICBMs for bringing forth the Lord's judgment. Period. Nobody can turn it backwards. Nobody can stop him and blow him up out the sky. Nobody can turn him around and send him out to outer space. It's not happening, bro. Like, all right, thus saith Yahweh Bashim Al this again, this is not a hate speech. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Right? So none of this is gonna stop until everything is fulfilled, man. Right? The plagues are not going to stop until he returns, right? And to cleanse everything, right? The destruction and the death and destruction was not going to stop, right? Until his return, right? And those ICBMs will not turn backwards once they're shot off, which will happen, right? That's definitely coming to pass, man. All right. Something else I have to grab. This is 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And that's why we do this work, man. That's why we continue to keep up with the current events, we continue to keep up with the times, so we can understand what what's coming, what's about to come up next, right? And the next thing we got coming is the MOTB, all right? Jacob's trouble and the MOTB, excuse me, y'all. Which I have told Salakia, measure the time diligently in itself, and when thou see parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, right? Going into his prophecies, right? But if you don't know his prophecies, you don't know what to look for. Then shalt thou understand, right? You won't have no understanding because you don't know what to look for, right? That it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right, which we're seeing now, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effect and signs, right? And again, if you don't know the scriptures, if you don't not blessed in the spirit of power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and blessed with that Holy Spirit, you won't be able to understand the prophecy. You won't be able to understand what you see, right? You won't be able to keep up with and be able to measure the times diligently within themselves, right? A lot of people don't even know the beginnings, right? The beginning and wonders and powerful works that the Lord did in the beginning, right? Let alone they definitely ain't gonna understand what's coming in the end, right? Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua got to escape out of this, man. So the judgment that is coming, right? The only escape out of it is salvation, man. Right? You have to be chosen, right? And right? You have to be doing the work. You have to be, right? Many are called, but few are chosen within that, right? So again, a lot of people gonna say, Lord, Lord, I prophesied, I called on your name, roughly paraphrasing. The Lord gonna say, depart from me, I do not know you, right? That's when that destruction gonna happen to you, right? So it's only a 144,000 and 1/3 that's gonna make it through this, man. All right, Lord willing, I'm part of that 144 for elect. All right, Yahweh Ratazah. All right. And by verse 7 again, everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them from me from the beginning. All right. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. Right. Going into the 2/3, man. Right, which right now while we're in this grace period, right, they slap the hand away, right? They slap Yahweh Shai away. They don't, slap his hand away. They don't want to hear the prophecy. They don't want to hear the righteousness of the scriptures. They don't even want to believe that they're Israelites. Right. So while we're in this grace period, they're going to be in a pitiful case if they don't turn and repent. All right. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have casted them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Right, man. For those who don't want to listen, man, you're gonna end up dwelling in torments, man, because you scoffed and mocked at the men of the Lord, right, who are out here just following the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and doing his work, right, and listening to that voice that's telling us to, hey, do the work, go study, the one that's guiding us through this life, man, right, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right. It says, then shall they be in the pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Right, that goes to that depart from me, because you don't know me. Right, people think gain is godly. Right, and God don't care what you get. A lot of time He'll give you something just so you continue to be wicked, because He ain't chose you. Right, verse 11, and they that have loathed my law, see, the ones that loathed his law, while they had yet liberty, right, in this grace period, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, right, us on the highways and byways, right, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. Right, going into that destruction, man. All right, I'll grab one more real quick. Man, this phone killing me sometimes. Like back at Jeremiah 50. I'm just jump down. All right. The point is in 25, but I'm gonna start off at 23 real quick. Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon becoming desolation among the nations? Right, and this place is steady falling, man. Right, the dollar is falling. Everything is, this is right. Esau, Edom, man. Right, the hammer of the earth, man, is Babylon, right? America, right? The ones who went out and put their bases on, and on in everybody's country. The ones who had all these other countries drinking from that golden cup and their philosophies, right, and their BS, right. This place got to be broken. It's being broken, man. The Lord is breaking His teeth, man, right, and exposing this place, lifting up the skirt of Babylon, man, right. It says, verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against me, against the Lord, Yahweh. The Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, man. Those ICBMs, man, and that's the snare that the Lord laid for them, man, making them create their own destruction. All right, create their own weapons of destruction, man, which is the Lord's weapons, man. This is the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that He gave to them through the left hand side, man. All right, the Lord, verse 25, Yahweh have opened His armory and have brought forth the weapons of His indignation. For this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, man. Right, which is the Chaldeans going back into the Americans, man. Going back into this wicked place, man. Right? But this is the Lord's army, man. This is the weapons of His indignation, man. All right, let's go back to the article. I think I lost that article. Let's see if I can go back. Right there. No. Okay, this one sometime. It's lucky, y'all. Bear with me. All right, back at the article. All right, it says, a ball of superheated air would form initially, expanding outward at millions of miles per hour. It would act like a fast-moving piston on the surrounding air, compressing it at the edge of the fireball and creating a shock wave of vast size and power. After 1 second, the fireball would be roughly a mile in diameter. It would have cooled from its initial temperature of many millions of degrees to about 16,000 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly 4,000 degrees hotter than the surface of the sun. Damn. On a clear day with average weather conditions, the enormous heat and light from the fireball would almost instantly ignite fires over a total area of about 100 square miles. Hurricane of fire. Within seconds after the detonation, fires set within a few miles of the fireball would burn violently. These fires would force gigantic masses of heated air to rise, drawing cooler air from surrounding areas toward the center of the fire zone from all directions. It's just making the fire increase. As the massive winds drove flames into areas where fires had not yet fully developed, the fire set by the detonation would begin to merge. Within 10 minutes of the detonation, fires from near and far would join to form a single gigantic fire. Damn. It says the energy released by this mass fire would be 15 to 50 times greater than the energy produced by the nuclear detonation. The mass fire or firestorm would quickly increase in intensity, heating enormous volumes of air that would rise at speeds approaching 300 miles per hour. This chimney effect would pull cool air from outside the air zone towards the center of the fire at speeds of hundreds of miles per hour. These superheated ground winds of more than hurricane force would further intensify the fire at the edge of the fire zone. The winds would be powerful enough to uproot trees 3 feet in diameter and suck people from outside the fire into it. The inrushing winds would drive the flames from burning buildings horizontal along the ground, filling streets with flames and fire bands, breaking in doors and windows and causing the fire to jump sometimes hundreds of feet, swallowing anything not already violently combusting. These above hurricane forces ground winds would have average air temperatures well above the boiling point of water. The targeted area would be transformed. So that's what he means when he say he's gonna leave that spirit in that body and allow you to just melt. All right. The targeted area would be transformed into a huge hurricane of fire, producing a lethal environmental throughout the entire fire zone. It's Isaiah 34:2. For the indignation of the Lord. Yeah, just to get right to it, it's getting kind of long. So like, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, right? So his Yahweh's indignation is upon all nations, and his fear upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of the carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of the heavens shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down. Right. So just going back into that nuclear destruction, man. When now ICBMs detonate, right, causing that massive fireball and causing that mushroom cloud to roll up. That's what it's going into when it's going into the heavens rolling together as a scroll. Verse 4, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, right? Just like it said, shall be all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Now this one I'm gonna have to find. Zechariah 14:12, and this shall be the plague, right, wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, right? Because all of these people have had all nations have had their hands on us before, man, right? So that's why it's gonna be a worldwide judgment. All these families, right? Elam, Moab, Ammon, so Esau, so on and so on, man, right? It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Right? Going back into that pressure, that air pressure, will be like hot water, like what it said, boiling water. Right? Just leaving that spirit right there to allow it to fill and just melt slowly. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, going into that soft tissue being melt first, right? And their tongues shall consume away in their mouth, and it shall come to pass in that day that great tumult from the Lord Yahweh shall be among them, and they shall lay hold everyone on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse of the mule. Right. So just going back into the end times, man, and what's going to happen, right, during the destruction, right, them being left there, their souls being left, their spirit being left there, right, the soul being left into the flesh, allowing the body, allowing it to feel all the pain, right, their eyes melting, their tongues melting away, right, and then just great destruction, right, and death, right, a lot of pain, man. All right, so there's only one way out of it, man. Only one way you can escape the judgment, and that's through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, through salvation, man. Right, but you have to be chosen, right, from the beginning. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Yahweh Ratazah, Shalom to the elect, and DTA to the wicked. Shalom.